Might this be a normal field trip?
With the Han?
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you see it. Octopus in my neighborhood, surfing on a sound wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at Jimmy Justin, take your second right past Mars on the magic school bus. Alligator nostril, climb on the magic school bus. Spank a plankton too, on our magic school bus. Drop the river of lava on the magic school bus. Such a fine thing to do. So strap your ponies right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the magic school bus. Step inside, it's a wild ride. Come on, ride on the magic school bus.
Whoa, dude, that bus ride was crazy. Best field trip ever.
Oh, I know. We learned so much about the cell cycle.
And mitosis.
So, we're gonna have to dream big.
While we review about cell cycle and mitosis.
So, let's start off with our names. I'm Bryce.
And I'm Lucas. And so, what's your name?
Okay, let's get started.
Before we get started, we would like to remind you of a few things. Please silence your cell phones and do not add your own sound effects to this feature presentation. And lastly, that DNA replication is a mitosis process. Thank you.
Well, first off, what is the cell cycle? The cell cycle is...
Okay, so here's the cell cycle right here. And you can see the graph here. So, first of all, why would a cell go through this process? Well, there's 3 reasons that a cell would go through the cell cycle here. And the 3 reasons are...
Three reasons are which is meiosis. In meiosis, it's reproduction, but in mitosis, which is what our main focus is on, it's for growth and repair. And first step in the cell cycle is called G1. It's right here. G1 is where the first growth stages begin in the cell. And after that, it leads on to the second step, S synthesis.
And in the S phase of the cell cycle, you can see this is where the DNA copies and replicates itself to get ready to split.
And lastly, actually not lastly, I take that back. The third step is G2. This is where, right here, G2 is where cells prepare for division, and that's where they begin to, start separating, but they're really just preparing themselves to divide.
And then lastly, we have the M phase up here, and the M phase is then when the cell actually starts to go through the part of mitosis.
That first step is, of course, interphase.
And so, okay, the interphase is also the longest step in the cell cycle, but it's not really part of the mitosis yet, it's before mitosis. And so in interphase, okay, first we have the DNA replicating itself and getting ready. Also, the cell organelles are also duplicating themselves and also getting ready to be split apart for cell division. And the second step, which goes into mitosis, is...
Prophase. Prophase is where spindles begin to form, and centrioles move to opposite poles. So from right here, they go spread apart, and the chromosomes begin to become visible. You can start seeing right where they are. Here, there, up here. You can see where those chromosomes are. The next step is metaphase. Right here's... Whoa, that's not metaphase. That's Connor Wilson.
Connor, get
Come
down
on,
from there.
Connor, stop being so silly. Get down from there.
So, okay, Connor, just get down from there. Okay, let's just go next. Okay. So, in the metaphase, we have here, this is when the chromosomes will line up in the middle of the nucleus here. Or not the nucleus, sorry. They'll line up in a line here in the middle between each centriole, and the spindle fibers will connect to the centromeres in the center of each chromosome to get ready to pull them apart in the next phase of the cell cycle.
In anaphase, what basically happens is spindle fibers shorten and the centromeres split. The centromeres, as they divide, like the chromatin separate and move to opposite ends. And so I have right here, and they just start separating and going to opposite ends, as you can see. And the next phase after this is telophase.
Telophase is the final stage of the cell cycle, or for the part of mitosis here. And once they have split, once the sister chromatids have split equally, the nuclear envelope will form around each of the chromosomes here. So we'll have pretty much just two new nucleuses that are equal to the one that was split in the beginning. So it has formed two identical daughter nucleuses to come from. So we can go to cytokinesis. And cytokinesis, just remember cytokinesis, the cyto is like cytoplasm. So this is the splitting of the cytoplasm in the whole cell itself. So the whole cell with the two nucleuses will split. And in an animal cell, the cell membrane will pinch together. You can see here it'll start to pinch and it'll start to break apart.
And another way, kinesis.
Cytokinesis.
Movement. So you can just remember that and be like, I got that.
Okay, and then also in plant cells of cytokinesis, the cell wall is too strong for it to pinch together, so that's another cell wall will just form in the middle and it'll break off from there.
Resulting in one cell here.
Resulting in two identical cells.
Two identical cells.
Okay, well, there you go. That's the cell cycle for you guys. Have you learned a lot today?
I sure have. He sure has. How about you? After this quick demonstration, I'm going to show you a cell cycle in me. Alright, we're going to do... Whoa! There's two of me! You're identical to me!
Ugh. Hey, you. Hey, I'm Bryce.
And I'm Lucas.
And thank you for listening to our review of the cell cycle. Thank you.
And for dreaming big, as we learned about cell cycle and mitosis.
Remember, guys, to always dream big.